day and warm welcome to this Power Boost meditation. My name is Judi and I am delighted to be here with you. Today we're going to talk about food, which, which is a favorite topic of mine, but very unique kind of food. So don't get too excited, don't go grabbing the chocolate quite yet. Very unique type of food. This is food for the mind. So not so much physical food, but yes, it is chocolate. Chocolate for the mind. What the mind really loves to indulge in, what it really, really appreciates. And sometimes we find ourselves absorbed in thinking and we think we're indulging in the mind, but it's actually more of an addiction. And the mind, quite frankly, can get a little sick from some of the food that we're putting in there, the diet it's on. It might appear to enjoy, but actually, after the fact, it leaves the mind feeling a little off. So truly, what food does the mind both love and is beneficial, nurtures the mind so it can operate at its best. For any parents out there, I'm sure that as you prepare lunch for the children for school, we want to make sure that it's nutritious and delicious. I know that was the challenge that my mother had, was how to pack that lunch so it actually doesn't come back at the end of the day, but it's actually eaten. So we want it to be delicious, but also nutritious. And this is what we want for our mind as well. And if there's one thing the mind loves to experience and fill with, it is, of course, qualities such as peace and love and light, and how well it operates when it is filled with that kind of delicious food. So let's go in and see if we can give our mind a healthy meal. Always begin ensuring that the body is seated comfortably, that there's no tension, well supported. And there's always the invitation as well to experiment with these reflections with the physical eyes open, not in a strained way, but in a natural way, as they would be while walking and moving around. And the reason for that is that then what we practice while seated, there's a better opportunity or a more well-suited condition to be able to integrate that into our day-to-day life. If we practice with the eyes open while seated, that's how we move around during the day. So the odds are it will bleed into my day-to-day life. I first become very aware of being present here in this moment, gathering the energy of my attention completely into this moment. And just as we might do with a child that's wandering around, and we want to bring them to the table to enjoy the meal, I need to gently do this with my mind. My mind has the habit of wandering around. It is looking for food. It is looking for something to eat. And I'm going to offer it a nutritious meal, but it now has the habit of wandering. So very gently, I acknowledge my mind is wandering. I observe where it's wandering to. And those two responses, acknowledging and observing, actually draw the mind into this moment. The wandering starts to lose power. when I acknowledge and observe. My mind becomes present here, fully, in this moment, as if time has stopped and all the activities of the world are on pause. I'm completely free to be fully present here and focus on that capacity within my own mind. My mind feels like a vast space without limits. It just can think and think and think endlessly and very speedily. I'm in awe of the capacity of my own mind. Sometimes it feels like it becomes very restricted, that vast space, and seems to just have the same thought over and over again. I'd like it to stop. It might be fear or worrying or anxiety or confusion, over and over, chewing on the same thought. Not delicious and not nutritious. And I try to just stop my mind, leaving it with nothing to chew on. Instead, let me offer my mind a replacement meal, a different thought, a different quality of thought to chew on, one very attractive to my mind. I remind my mind how much it loves those feelings of peace, of slowing down, freedom from tension, lightness, easiness, how much my mind loves feeling love. Offering this menu to my mind. Now I have to deliver, but I have the ingredient. Whenever I guide my mind to reflecting on what is eternal, timeless, the bigger picture, my mind automatically starts to experience what it loves. I experiment now. I know that when astronauts launch into outer space, going vast, into that vast space far beyond the pull of gravity, they look back at this orb of blue and green from a different perspective. They are just a speck in the vast universe, so they are humbled, but also they have the authority of the bigger picture from where they are looking. And they suddenly realize all those details when we're on the ground, they don't matter from this position beyond. They don't see the boundaries or the borders. They just see a united planet that requires incredible care. And that moves their mind into a more compassionate space, an almost spiritual space. I do the same now, but I launch into inner space, the very center of my inner universe. And again, I'm just a point, just a speck in that vast inner space. All those labels outside that fed my ego, they're gone. I am humbled to realize I am just a living being. All those labels come and go. I'm just a soul. And yet I also see the greatness of the self in this inner space, the big picture. I am just a soul, but I'm also the life in this body. Without me, this body would fall down. I am the most valuable entity on this planet as life itself. All the rest are details. I am not just the source of life, I am also the source of quality of life. Within me are the most sought after resources on this planet. And there's an endless supply within me. Everyone is battling for peace, for love, for trust, for truth, for power, for happiness. All of that is packed within me. I, this point of life. I will have to go deep inside in my inner space to tap into those vast reservoirs of everything we seek outside being within me. I pick just one element. Peace. This vast reservoir of peace within me. Opening just through being aware of that reservoir, as if peace is like water and it starts to flood up from within into the vast space of my own mind, a mind that is so thirsty for peace. Wave upon wave of peace from within, flooding into the space of my mind. And each wave washing away any heaviness, any worries, fears, concerns, any anxiety, soothing the mind, smoothing out any rough edges of tension in the mind, feeling the vessel of my mind fill and fill, drink in that peace from within, until my mind feels filled to overflowing. How much my mind loves to fill with peace. and how well it operates when it is peaceful, so creative, so benevolent, so powerful, so accurate. Simply by quenching that thirst for peace in my own mind, my mind becomes such a powerful capacity in the self. Let me experiment with other nutrients for my mind, love, light, and see how the mind enjoys. Om Shanti.